The Brindle Room is a small bar and restaurant featuring a limited number of items, but it's their burger that put them on the map. It's a burger that has appeared on numerous best of lists and it looks incredible. I just had to try it and I also enjoyed a couple of other items, plus I stopped at another spot for ice cream. But that night for me was mainly about the burger. Today I'm here in New York City at Tompkins Square Park in the East Village, and I'm very excited about my dinner for this evening. You see, yesterday I ran 22 miles. It's my last long run before I run a marathon in a few weeks, and as a result, I wanted to eat a lot of food. Anytime I finish one of these really long runs, I've got a lot of calories to restore, and I'm usually craving something, but one thing that I don't really have a taste for after doing a long run are like the fancy, dainty, Michelin-starred tasting menus. I mean, I really love an elaborate tasting menu, but in those circumstances, after I complete an intense workout, I just want something hearty, comforting, and delicious. As a result, I had the most extreme hunger yesterday for a burger, but sadly I was far too busy to be able to get out and satisfy my craving. So that's why I'm here today in the East Village. I'm going to the Brindle Room where I'll be having their famed burger. Of course, I'll be sampling a few other dishes as well because, well, I do have a large appetite. As a result, I'm very excited to satisfy my craving at the Brindle Room. And with that being said, let's head to dinner, but first I'd like to thank today's sponsor, Surfshark. Surfshark is a VPN provider that protects and encrypts your data and prevents tracking while you're online. These days, so many of our most important activities are done over the internet, including paying bills and banking activity. When I was on vacation in Austria this summer, I still, unfortunately, had to deal with my responsibilities back home, and frankly, I wasn't comfortable using random public Wi-Fi for such important tasks, especially with the prevalence of hackers these days. With Surfshark, I can rest easy knowing that my data and privacy are protected, so I'm able to relax and focus on the things I really love, like eating. Besides keeping your data and privacy secure online, there are other benefits to using Surfshark as well. For instance, streaming services like Netflix offer different content depending on where you are in the world. With Surfshark VPN, you can access most of this content without even traveling, since Surfshark can log into servers from numerous countries, which thereby creates the appearance that you're somewhere else. One thing that I love doing every week is getting some good takeout and watching a movie. Since getting Surfshark, my movie and TV options have expanded dramatically, making my takeout and movie nights even better. From being protected online to taking advantage of the vast number of benefits of a VPN, Surfshark is essential. Go to surfshark.com/JamesAndrews or use the link down below or in the description for 4 extra months of Surfshark at an unbeatable and limited time price. Once again, use my link to get 4 extra months of Surfshark at a truly unbeatable price. So thank you, Surfshark, for sponsoring this video, and now on to dinner. The Brindle Room is located about a block away from Tompkins Square Park in the Alphabet City area of the East Village. However, the Brindle Room wasn't always situated there. It used to be housed a couple of blocks west on 10th Street, but sadly, like a lot of great businesses, it closed during the pandemic. Thankfully, in 2022, the Brindle Room reopened in its current space, which apparently is a bit larger than its old location. I never went to the original Brindle Room, but it must have been pretty small as the current location is still very tiny. There are 2 sections of the restaurant. One has the bar and some tables, while the other is lined with booths. The design is pretty basic, but it's the lighting that makes the most impact. From both areas of the restaurant to even the washroom, everything was bathed in a sort of red-orangey light. I have mixed thoughts on the matter. On one hand, I thought the lighting was pretty cool, it created a nice vibe, but on the other hand, it didn't make the food look very good. Still, it is what it is. Although, one thing that I definitely wasn't fond of was the restaurant's propped open door, which made things a bit chilly, so I kept my jacket on as a result. Once I settled in, I began looking over the menu, which was very small. One side displayed the food, the other the drinks. In terms of the cuisine, there were basically a few appetizers, the burger, a dessert, and that's it. Frankly, I wish there were more options. It was also strange since I went on the Brindle Room's website on days before and after my visit and there was a far greater selection. Nevertheless, I was there mainly for the burger, which was prominently featured. Next, I shifted my gaze slightly to the other side of the menu for the beverage selection. The prices, at least compared to most Manhattan restaurants, were on the more affordable side, which was great to see. Judging by the names of the drinks, there seemed to have been a sort of David Lynch theme going on. So I went with the Mulholland Drive cocktail, which was spelled wrong on the menu. The beverage consisted of gin infused with lavender, mango, lime, and muddled blueberries. I thought that it was a nice drink. The flavor was solid. Even though it wasn't the most complex beverage, it was still enjoyable. Plus, the fact that it was only $13 was definitely nice. Besides my burger, I also ordered an appetizer. I went with the jambalaya arancini balls. The Brindle Room's take on the traditional Italian rice ball specialty had a bit of a Cajun twist. The fried little bites were stuffed with sausage, chicken, shrimp, and Cajun rice. It was a delicious appetizer. I loved the Cajun flavors, all compacted into the little arancini bites. They were perfectly fried and had a nice spice. There was also a sauce on the plate, which I wasn't sure exactly what it was, but it was good as it added a nice creaminess to the arancini. Overall, that was a solid appetizer and my dinner was off to a good start. After finishing, it was time for the dish that brought me to the Brindle Room in the first place, the burger. My first thought upon seeing it was that the burger looked much smaller in person. It basically felt like I was presented with a course of fries with the side of a burger. However, even though it was pretty small, it still looked mouth-watering. First, I cut the burger in half, which ended up being completely unnecessary. It's pretty small and no one would have trouble eating the burger whole. Upon taking a bite, I instantly knew what all the hype was about. The burger was fantastic. What it lacked in size, it delivered big in flavor. As a whole, it's a pretty simple creation. It consisted of beef, American cheese, caramelized onions, and everything is sandwiched between a plain white but toasted bun. The Brindle Room's burger is really all about the meat, and that was some great meat. It's a burger that was inspired by a New Jersey steakhouse called Sebastian's, which utilized aged steak trimmings to fashion their burger. The Brindle Room in turn created a burger with a mix of dry aged meat and fresh meat. The result was such an incredibly tasty burger that I loved. The dry aged flavor was there, but it wasn't overpowering. There was also a fantastic sear on the meat, which lent even more flavor. The toppings were great as well. You just can't beat American cheese for a burger, and the onions added a nice sweetness. There were also pickles one could add, but I just kept them on the side. The bun was about as basic as you can get, but it held everything together, and besides, the meat was the real star. However, while I asked for a medium rare, it was unfortunately more on the medium well side. I also didn't get a chance to shine a light on the burger to get a true gauge of its color, and unfortunately I ate half of it before I could even inform my server of the issue. At that point, I just didn't think it was appropriate to send it back. Still, even though the burger wasn't cooked exactly to my liking, it was nevertheless really good. Besides the burger, the fries were top-notch as well. The fries were perfectly seasoned, had great flavor, and had a spot-on texture. They were paired with a cup of ketchup, which of course went nicely with the fries. I appreciated how the restaurant included fries with their burger while a number of the other NYC restaurants served the two items separately. However, because the burger was so small and so good, I actually wanted two of them. As a result, at least in that circumstance, it would have been nice if the burger was sold separately from the fries. In turn, I would have ordered two burgers and one serving of fries. Still, I was very happy with the plate of food in front of me, but it wasn't long until I finished. In terms of desserts, there's only one, a key lime pie, but unfortunately I was informed that it wasn't ready yet, so I just asked for the bill. However, I was generously given some random liquor by the restaurant, which was nice. I wasn't sure exactly what it was, but it kind of reminded me of limoncello, and it was pleasant. In terms of the bill, it came to $50.07, but with my tip, I spent about $60, which wasn't bad. That burger absolutely lived up to the hype. I loved it, but I still need to end my meal with a dessert. I need something sweet, and I know just the place. I made my way to Davey's Ice Cream. I walked past it the other day and thought to myself that I hadn't tried it yet, so I was glad an opportunity arose to give it a go. I got an ice cream sandwich with speculoos chocolate chip ice cream. Overall, it was good, although I thought the cookies on the sandwich could have been a bit better and the $12 price tag was a bit high. So this is a pretty solid ice cream sandwich. It is a little expensive and I've had better, but it's pretty good and it certainly has satisfied my sweet tooth craving. So that was a satisfying dinner. I really enjoyed the Brindle Room. Everything I had was very nice, but tonight was really all about the burger, and that was one hell of a fine burger. Although it was so tiny, honestly, I could probably eat 3 to 4 of those burgers, not just because it's not a lot of food, but because it was so damn good. I would kind of like to see them sell the burger separately from the fries. Now, I thought that was a sufficient amount of fries, but it just wasn't enough burger. I would kind of like to order 2 burgers and have the same amount of fries. However, that's kind of a good thing when my only real complaint about the burger is just the size of it. Because everything else about the burger was on the mark. Without a doubt, the Brindle Room definitely has one of the must-try burgers of New York City. As a whole, I definitely enjoyed the Brindle Room, although it's not the type of restaurant for every occasion, and in fact it seems more like a bar with some good food rather than your typical restaurant. But to me, I feel like that's perfectly fine, because I feel like most people going there are just there for the burger or to drink. To sum it up, the Brindle Room's burger lives up to the hype. I really enjoyed it, although I wish it was a bit larger. Nevertheless, it was awesome, and I'll definitely be back to the Brindle Room to try their excellent burger. My burger craving from yesterday has been satisfied.